Yeah, Phoenix. Then you got the Mars, like you said, just to block pick. Then they go with the Trent Protector because why not, right? Aries in game number 2 with the Trent did so much work, and Trent Phoenix, amazing combo. You can protect your egg while also having a lot of split push potential and healing tower potential. You know, we saw last game how these teams love to defend their high ground.
Favorite
Then,
hobby.
yeah, exactly. And Snapfire, like we said, to kill the egg. Budget Phoenix. Clockwork, great hero in this current patch. Just be able to protect one of your cores and also create a lot of chaos on the map. Then they go with the Ember Spirit. I think just pretty decent fighter. It could be a position 1, but I think it's very unlikely. We don't see a whole lot of position 1 Embers anymore, right? No matter, it's just like mainly position 2.
Yeah, no, we mostly see them in the safe lane. Occasionally, we saw some 4s earlier on, didn't we? A long time ago. Those.
Oh yeah, that was like before he got nerfed. I think he got nerfed a bit, right? Like in recent times, and then that kind of just dropped Ember 4 potential.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely made him more farm reliant and more item reliant, but still an amazing hero nonetheless. EL grabbed out by For the Dream. I like this a lot, actually. Gives you a way to escape the Mars, gives you a way to escape the Clockwork.
Right. So let's start with the Weaver first, right? Like,
okay,
as to why they picked the Weaver is because it's a really good hero at Shikuchiing in and starting to hit the egg. You also got the Gemini attack, so you got the double attacks. And then, if you see on FTD, they don't really have that hard lockdown that will make the Weaver not be able to use time lapse. Like, you can get rooted, but you can still time lapse, right? You can just like remove that buff and heal yourself back up. So, really easy to lane against the Phoenix too. If the Phoenix is casting the Sunray, you can just go in from the back, drop the form, and then just hit him. You can kill him that way too. And then this is where the PL counterpick comes into effect. This PL is super clutch in my opinion because I think it actually counters all of Aster's here. Maybe not Snapfire that much, but definitely Mars, Clock, and the Mars can't really spear the real PL, and later you can also get mana burn. The lane is also really good for the Phantom Lancer, I think, from my experience of like watching all these games. Then Clockwork can't do shit against PL. Like probably the number one counter. Yeah, exactly. I think Clock is countered by, it's super hard countered by like 2 heroes. It's like PL and Lycan. Like those 2 heroes, you can't do anything. And Weaver, same thing. Weaver can go for Mjolnir, but the mid game fighting against PL is very hard for because the mana burn. Oh,
yo, the Alchemist picked up. All right. They wanted a Radiance carrier, and there is none other than the Alchemist. I mean, to be fair, in the last 2 games, Aries have done bloody well in their laning phases, so yeah, I'm not remotely surprised to see them want to capitalize upon this, and Alchemist is a hero to do that.
I mean, Alchemist doesn't really win lanes, right? He just wants to focus on farming. So it's kind of the opposite of what Aries has been playing. Like, he's been playing all these lane-winning heroes, like Magnus and the Broodmother.
Mm-hmm.
So the Alch is like actually in the complete opposite spectrum, but what he is a carry. Like I noticed with Phoenix is that he's actually a position 1 player from the mid lane. Like he's actually playing position 1 with all his heroes. Even the Magnus, he was farming so much.
Yeah, true.
On that Magnus. Broodmother, same thing. He was the highest net worth. This game, I won't be surprised. Like he's just trying to farm up, but the only difference is that he's going to be having a much harder lane in this game. So this is where he's going to get tested, and let's see what he's going to do. And the Puck is going to be the mid hero, and the Ember is going to be the side laner in this game.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so mixing things up a little bit.
Hmm.
Okay.
Very
YG, yeah, on the Ember. YG was a prophet in the last game, so he's definitely going to be in the off lane, and PL in the safe lane. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say I want to say, like, if this Alchemist doesn't get shut down, I don't know how FTD try to fight back into this lineup of Aries, especially with the Radiant.
Yeah. If this Alchemist really starts snowballing, there's not going to be much to stop him. That's for sure. I think. I don't know how much can they really do against this this team. The thing is that we've criticized Aries for not being active enough, so this really is going to be the deciding point for them. Can they pull it together in this game, find themselves a solid laning phase, and then transition that into a solid
Oh, you mean
mid-game?
FTD, right? FTD is not being active enough in the early game.
No, Aries have been winning their lanes and then just kind of losing because they don't make the correct moves. They make good moves sometimes, but they don't actually, you know, play as objectively as we would like. Oh yeah, Phoenix going to be going to mid, and the Weaver going to be headed to the top, and the Mars headed to the bottom, and of course the PL going on the bottom, Puck and towards mid, and YRG on the Ember going to be playing in the offlane position. Despite our expectations earlier on, they picked up their heroes. So, starting things up with the Phoenix up in the top lane, he's going to try and get them a little bit of positioning advantage, perhaps to make sure they get that rune up here. Going to be his job. Alchemist into the Puck, though.
Did you know that? Did you know that this Ember player is actually originally a mid player?
I did not know that. I did not know that.
So that's why maybe he wants to play Ember Spirit in this game, because like he probably is very familiar with this hero. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually plays it extremely well.
All right, expect some big things coming out from YRG this game as Clock goes around. Look at this sneaky little wrap around here from the Clockwork to grab himself that extra bounty rune. And we was even going to go in and try and go for the steal here, but he's unable to do so. But I still like this play regardless, you know, being a bit risky by sending forward the Clockwork and the Weaver, but they're playing into an Alchemist, therefore they know what they have to do.
2 for 2, not bad.
Yeah, I don't think Alchemist's going to be sad about that. I mean, that is the flip side. Whilst Alchemist wants to get the bounty runes, he actually can't help his team get them, because he needs to block. And he doesn't want to be fighting level 1 with Grievel's Greed. That spell literally does nothing unless he can last hit a hero.
Exactly. So you were going to ask me something about the Puck?
Yeah, how is he going to be able to lay the smackdown on this Alchemist?
Oh, you just got to hit him. You just got to hit him. If he goes for a deny, you just pop the orb on the creep and the Alchemist. And this is a pretty one-sided matchup in my opinion. So I think at some point the Alch is just going to have to leave this lane and start farming the jungle, and that's going to give a lot of space for the Puck. Now, what the Puck does with that space is the most important part of this game. Is he going to gank the silence, or is he going to try and like follow the Alchemist and maybe get like Phoenix to also follow the Alch?
Yeah, how much pressure can they put on, and where do they put that pressure? For sure going to be the case this game as Phoenix just try to control up this middle lane. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we're going to have this PL laning into the Mars and the Snapfire, and Rain's going to be backing him up on the Treant Protector. I do think there's a lot of kill potential from Aries once they get a couple of levels on these heroes, but right now the PL realizes that there's actually very little threat coming out, so he's happy to just kind of stay on this lane by himself and kind of just tank a bit of harass, which is going to come out of the Snapfire. He's really not worried about it.
I think once the PL does get to level 4, you know, it gets that level 2 Phantom Rush while having Doppelganger. They have a lot of kill potential on the Mars too, because the Nature's Grasp can slow for a lot. And he's just gonna keep getting living armored on this PL too. Look at his armor, dude, right now. If he stays in the tower, he has 13 armor. Yeah, and a lot of HP vision too.
Yeah, very strong. Bulking, dude. He's bulking. He's okay. And very little magic damage come out of these two as well. Only really the Scatter Blast and the Fire Snap Cookie, which are not particularly high DPS spells unless you're nice and close. So in the mid lane, Alchemist doing very well for himself so far as he's able to keep up with the Puck on CS at the very least. And keep those Grease stacks a little bit high. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, we got LWW on the Clockwork, facing up into the Phoenix. You know, the Clockwork, if you can get on top of the Phoenix, does pretty well, but Phoenix, I wouldn't say it's like a hard counter or anything like this, and the Ember just trying to get some farm against the Weaver. So far, so good for him as he has 2 CS ahead, but with the creeps coming out of the tower, the Weaver should be okay. I mean, this is a weird lane. I don't even want to ask you how you think this lane's going to go, but if you had to guess, where would you say the chips are going to fall up here at top?
I think the Phoenix is the one who has the most potential of dying in this lane. Because he has to be careful he doesn't use the dive in like a very like too early, because if he uses dive, then the next time around Aries just gonna jump to Phoenix and kill him, right? It's like a long cooldown, 36 seconds, and the Weaver can get on top of you quite easily. I don't really see the Clock or the Weaver dying in this lane.
No, that seems unlikely. That does seem very unlikely. These guys can get themselves away quite easily. I mean, maybe if the Clockwork tries to go for a kill and ends up in an awkward position, then possibly, but yeah, it's... They even say it's on the Puck to kind of make something happen in either of these side lanes, to be honest. how much pressure can you put on one puck is the question. And the answer is quite a lot this game, to be honest. But he's starting to get himself a bit of a lead in this middle lane. Just a small one. A couple of denies here and there, a couple of last hits here and there, trying to harass. Does miss that orb, unfortunately, but constantly trying to pressure and pressure and pressure this Alk. And also pushing up the lane here to get the power rune as well.
I saw the puck like miss 2 denies early lane, or like missed the 2 denies because of uphill miss. And you can see like he's like tilting just a little bit over that because those are pretty big factors. Oh, he got the rune.
Oh, he's going for the double damage here, and he's not afraid to do this right now, but there is going to be a Snapfire, but dodging out the Fire Snap Cookie as well. Looks like the Clockwork is going to be the one to go down, and that's also going to be your first blood. Beautiful plays from this puck, and the Phoenix wrapping in round as well. And they're even looking for the Alchemist as well. Rain coming in, looking for the punches onto the Alk. He turns around, and that's going to be his death. Getting right click down. A double kill for the puck here, and they're going to look towards Rico. Rico, I don't think he's surviving this one. Make it a triple. No, never mind. Rain decides he wants it. The Treant not leaving anything to chance here, but yeah, beautiful start to the game for puck. This is exactly what you want to happen.
Dude, that all started because the Alchemist was so greedy. He wanted to get that DD, bottle it up because he sees a clock there, but then, you know, that jaunt from the waning rift, right? So it's just he didn't expect it at all that the puck was gonna get that DD.
Not at all. Not at all. Now they jump forward onto the Phoenix. Phoenix, well, he might be in a bit of trouble. Oh, Icarus dive cancelled out by the battery assault as well, so he is just going to get himself run down. The Weaver's going to claim that kill. But yeah, he's, oh my god, he's dead. In comes the God's Rebuke. Mars finishes him off. Meanwhile, Rain getting blocked up by Rico. Nicely done. Doesn't mind taking a bit of damage from the Nature's Guide. They could secure this kill, and the Spear will do it. He gets himself the double kill in the bottom lane. Well, that's a fairly big deal. I mean, I don't know how this transpired, but the fact that they were able to get themselves 2 kills in the bottom lane and not even cost them much resources. It's a pretty huge deal with this bottle on the Mars, yeah.
He really wanted to try and take the bounty rune away so the Alchemist doesn't snowball further, but the Mars and the Snapfire were already there on that rune. The Trent did take the other rune though, that was in the triangle area.
Yeah. Look at how close these last hits are. Everyone's within 5 CS of each other. Really close.
Alchemist has also gone to the jungle at this point. He knows that there's a coil up on the puck. He can't really stay here anymore. Is the puck gonna get the rune too again? Oh, it's just illusion this time. But still, you know, refills your bottle. It feels really good to be a mid laner and be able to control all your power runes, like without even any help from your team.
Oh, Weaver actually dying up in the top lane here. I don't know how that one got down. I mean, he had the time lapse available, so I guess just a misplay, waiting a little bit too long, or I'm not sure. But Weaver is dead. That's a cause to celebrate for the side of FTD as they jump forward onto the Snapfire here. Illusion Rune being popped as well just to get the extra bit of damage onto this Snap. Snap trying to run himself away, going down the river. Nice mobility up here to the high ground, but the orb is going to catch him, and Puck will TP in and finish the job here. And again, the Puck just making opportunities happen all around the place. But this does mean the Alchemist feels safe enough to come back to this middle lane now that Coil is down. And the Clockwork's going to be able to back him up as well. Even though there's 3 Radiant Heroes here, the Alchemist still knows that without these spells, they can't really do much to him. Especially with that ulti ticking, so he can come in, claim a wave of creeps, and then go back into the jungle. Meanwhile, up in the bottom lane, they get the kill onto the PL. Meanwhile, Phoenix, though, getting beaten down. The Spear's going to connect, and I think this Phoenix could be in some trouble as God's Rebuke finishes him off. Great rotation from the Weaver.
He doesn't want to stay top anymore. It just feels so insecure up there, especially with the sentry. So he goes to a lane where there is no sentries, and the Mars being so strong, PL being much weaker than the Mars at the moment. He has 3 kills on this Mars, so that's a big boy Mars right here. And you're talking about the Alchemist going mid for the creep wave too, right? It's because he wanted to remove the catapult so the mid tower doesn't die. We talked a lot about how mid tower is so important for these farming heroes, right? So those heroes are actually willing to come mid to defend it because they know that's like an investment, right? That's their way. That's their insurance, pretty much, for their farming is mid tower.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get back to that in a second, but meanwhile, there's a Clockwork coming onto the Puck here, and Puck again using the coil to try and bring down the Clockwork here. Clock running them in a bit of a circle, but the Sunray is going to be able to finish the job. Do you feel as if maybe you didn't want to coil that Snapfire at mid and maybe save the coil to protect the catapult instead? As Puck actually going to come in and rob some stacks off Phoenix as well. Oh, that feels really bad.
I think at this point in the game, they're not really thinking about pressuring or taking the tower. They're thinking so much about just like getting whatever kills they can. So they just want to like, yeah, they feel really bad on the side of FTD because his PL is having a terrible game at the moment. And they're playing against an Alchemist. So your carry's having a bad game and you're playing against an Alchemist who's like farming pretty well. Yeah. That is like so much pressure being applied on you at this stage in the game already. It's only 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in. This is like what Alchemist can do. Just mental warfare.
Yep, make you slip up, make you make mistakes, and make you lose eventually, is the plan. FTD looking to put the pressure on the middle lane now. They're moving in the heroes. The arena's going to come down, but that is a very sloppy arena as it catches absolutely no one. But luckily the Alchemist, he's got that ultimate, so he's just going to come plonk himself on the front lines, plonk himself on the high ground,
and the tower.
Try and zone back as the puck even comes in. Yep, making sure it doesn't go down. I mean, they're more than willing to put 4 heroes mid if it defends this tower. Makes another stack from here. Doesn't really want to reveal this at the same time. Can't really turn up to this fight. I think this actually might be the tower falling now, as Aries is the Mars is unable to defend it by himself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not really much commitment on actually getting that tier 1 at mid. It's kind of a big deal. FTD is going to open up the map a lot for them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mars is waiting for something. He's looking for the spear into the tree line. That's going to be an easy one. Ember Spirit getting skewed up. But meanwhile, yeah, Puck wrapping around the map here. They're actually going to be able to take down the clockwork, but not before he took the bounty rune. That's actually going to be 4 bounty runes for the side of Aries. I mean, it's going to cost them a couple of kills, it looks like, as they continue to chase Rico. PL coming in for this one as well with that Spirit Lance, and they will get the kill.
I don't know if they want to keep giving up all these kills just for the bounty runes like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Alchemist is thankful of it, but I don't think he's going to be thankful if the opponent is too high level and too farmed at this point. But yeah. I guess it's okay to lose a support though, right? Because meanwhile, the Weaver was farming. He's almost got his Orchid now. Actually, not almost. He's got 1 ability and stuff, but he's halfway there. So that's going to be nice. As long as his cores are strong enough by the time he hits the Radiance, I think he's going to be okay with it.
See him on the Puck sport?
Going for a Dagon? Wow, yep. No blink, nothing, just straight Dagon, huh?
A naked Dagon. Well, with a veil. Pop, pop.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage. That's the veil will also help the Phoenix do a hell of a lot of damage.
WW in the bottom lane, getting dropped again here, as unfortunately he tries to just seep up some XP and defend that bottom lane tower, but that's just not going to happen. FTD again. This Ember Spirit being very, very mobile, and the fact that he's being involved in so much action is just catapulting him towards the Spirit Vessel, and already 3 charges in the urn as well. That's going to be a pretty big deal when it comes to fighting this Alchemist. If you can get that Spirit Vessel out onto him, he's going to feel like a much weaker hero.
This is a really good move by the Puck. Like, just sitting around mid, controlling this waves all the time, playing in the triangle area, pretty much removing that from the Alchemist. And by doing so, it's giving a protection for the PL to be able to push his bottom lane in. Like, no one of importance on Aries' side wants to go to this bottom lane or the mid lane. They just feel like they're going to die if they get coiled up. That's what happens once the mid tower falls. Ember, though.
Yeah, getting used, getting speared. Rico as well. He's got the Fire Snap cookie to keep him locked down. They need a little bit more, though. He's surprisingly tanky on the Ember Spirit with that Vet Booster, helping him out just a little tiny bit. And he will make his way down to that low ground. Literally would have died if you haven't had the Vitality Booster there. But that extra 250 HP, saving the day.
Yeah, and he's got a Vessel now, too, for the Alchemist. I want to say FTD have done a really good job at stabilizing this game, especially after taking that mid tower now. But the Alchemist is getting real close to that Radiance. There's a big fight that could break out once the Radiance comes online. Because I think Aries will try to take at least 1 fight after the Radiance. It's a pretty big timing.
They might just have a window to take 1 more. But yeah, Alchemist is heading there.
This Clockwork, man, he's not having a good time. So is the Snapfire, too. They've just been the sacrificial lambs.
They certainly have, haven't they? Yeah, they've been the ones kind of tanking the ganks, making the movements, and trying to just build the space of the Alchemist, which they've absolutely been doing. Jumping on him right away to start off this engagement here. The Eels comes down, now the coil coming down as well, but he is going to drop down the arena onto the Ember Spirit, and they've got this build of his kisses coming over from on top, and they get the kill. Beautifully timed to bring down the Ember. And a terrible jump onto the Mars. He gets away, or does he actually, as the puck comes in to finish the job. Meanwhile, they look over towards that puck. Stun's going to come down. He, of course, has the dodge, though, and Cookie off the mark as well. Puck, he's playing them right now. He's got that orb to jump away to. See you later. Meanwhile, the Weaver, he's actually jumping to the front lines, but this Radiance has literally just arrived. They might want to turn back up into this fight, but no, does not look like it. They're a little low on resource on the side of Aries, and they just want to cat themselves back, recuperate, and look for their next engagement.
Yeah, they used the Vessel too early because he does have the Eels, right? So he just bought enough time after they threw all the spells on him and then dropped the arena, which was really nice. I think they also missed the OG there. That was pretty bad for them, but nice fancy footwork from the puck, dodging both the Alchemist, the Unstable Concoction, and the Cookie to be able to get out.
They're trying to get some vision now into the enemy jungle, just to kind of control up as much as they can. Put pressure by farming aggressively, put pressure by taking over where the enemy want to be. Textbook. Are we looking for a... Well, Aries are definitely looking for a fight here. They're gathered up as 5. I imagine they're going to take this stack and then smoke themselves up under that Snapfire and find themselves the engagement with Arena up in 3 seconds. Although, that said, the Weave's actually sprinting down to bottom. Oh yeah, he doesn't have this Orchid finished yet. He definitely wants his first item.
Yep, definitely needs that Orchid up. I'm kind of surprised that's the item that he decided to go for in this game. Maybe he just wants to use it on the Phoenix, like get on top of him, bug, Orchid, try to kill him during that time. Well, Snapfire doesn't have any levels of Shredder at all.
That's a little bit interesting when we have an egg in the game. Yeah, I expect you take the value point at least, right? Just to make sure that if you are in the position to take that egg down, you can do it. But no, Rico not deciding on it. Maybe a mistake. We'll see how it plays out later on. But PL's actually managed to be able to finish off this Manta. This is a very early Manta at 15 minutes.
Yeah, he really came back into this game hard. Like it's not like he even got any kills, right? It's just that his team has been applying a lot of pressure. He got some tower kills, and then he's been able to farm freely without anyone on Aries actually pressuring him. So that's good. I mean, the laning stage he got pressure, but once the laning stage broke off, he's been absolutely free farming. And the only thing that's going to stop him now is if this Alchemist decides to use this Radiance timing to apply any pressure. I think they're missing the timings though right now. They just kind of focus on farming or amplifying his farm. I'm not sure if that's the right move, because you do want to use at least one team fight with your Radiant.
Yeah, and also, I don't know, man, this PL going for the Manta, I guess you could kind of look to punish that, although it does give him good stats, you know, it doesn't give him the same fighting potential as Diffusal would. So I think Aries are actually, yeah, as you say, maybe...
I'm also kind of surprised he did go for Manta though, right? There's so much AoE damage, I feel like, on the side of Aries, especially with the Radiance.
Yeah.
That it's not that important, but, you know, maybe he had to do it because he saw the Weaver going for the Orchid. And he wanted something to be able to remove that first.
Very likely, actually. Very likely, yeah. Because one thing they can do with the Radiance and Orchid pickups on the side of Aries is that you can reveal the real PL very quickly and then, as you say, silence him up. And, of course, the Manta is then going to be very useful in countering that.
So both of the teams just splitting the map in half here. Radiant going top, Dire going bottom. They got wards watching everything on both jungles. One advantage for Aries though, they do have this ward on their hill near the tier 2 tower that's going to be watching FTD as well if they decide to go down there, plant some vision, or make some moves on the mid tower. So, and they're going to be slowly building up their gold lead obviously because of the Alchemist Grievo's greed, and now he's got Manta. They have to be doing something with the Manta though, right? Like, or do they just feel like FTD is too strong?
The dream picked up by Alchemist from digging that up, but yeah, I mean, they're really just chilling, aren't they? Both teams just not really wanting to look at each other right now, which is curious. Okay, there we go. We have a bit of engagement coming on. Castle's Curse working in our favor as they kill down this Treant, and maybe they can look towards getting this tier 1 tower. Alchemist, let's go. Middle lane, here we go. Treant is dead. It is time to fight. It's time to take some towers. It's time to deal some damage. But talking about damage, Ember Spirit has the double damage. in his bottle.
Yeah, they're just gonna back off here. They see that there's like 2 or 3 heroes surrounding this mid tower, and they feel like, never mind. Let's just go back to farming. I'm an alchemist. Let me get my BKB. Then I'm gonna be so strong. They can't do anything to me. I honestly would have liked to have seen this out go Radiance into BKB over the Manta. I think that would have made him so freaking powerful. Like if he had a BKB right now, he would just run in with his Radiance. Nothing anyone on FTD can do.
If only, if only. Alas, it's kind of a passive build instead with Manta Radiance and then BKB afterwards. It's yeah, very slow.
Kind of that's the build that OG Anna goes, right? Like when he was playing this hero, he just goes Radiance and just straight BKB and just tries to fight.
Yeah, usually Blink as well, just to again get involved. Get involved. Meanwhile, all they do get the kill, the gank is successful as they bring it down the clockwork. Meanwhile, some Anonymous Kisses being rained on overhead. The Weaver thinking of turning up to this one, but then thinking better of it, and will clear himself out. Interesting build from this Weaver as he went for this Orchid, and then his team decided not to fight. I guess he's kind of... I mean, if I was a Weaver in this game, I'd be a little bit salty. I'd be like, guys, come on, I built an Orchid, I want to do stuff with it, but instead we're just kind of sitting around and, I don't know, waiting for something which may or may not come, and now the call comes out. Looks like we do have a fight breaking out at last. The stun lands onto the Ember, but they can't actually do anything about this, and with the Supernova coming out over on head right in front of the Snapfire, questionable at best. Now they look over towards the Alchemist, looking for a target here. On the backlines though, YRG, he's pretty tanked from this point. He's got the double damage as well, so not an easy target to bring down. The Alchemist kind of just waddling around the fight, trying to find a target right now, and he cannot do so. Meanwhile, the PL jumping in here, and they're able to take down the Weaver with the Dagon. Look over towards Rico as well. That's going to be the Snapfire, also getting bought down here, it looks like. Silenced up, taken on down. Spirit Lance will finish the job, and they get themselves 3 clean kills on the side of Aries at last. FTD are able to do something productive.
Dude, this Alchemist, he can't unstable concoction anyone. Ember can dodge it with his slide. Puck has base shift. Then the PL, you don't know which one's real, and he also got Doppelganger.
Yeah.
He's not able to lock anybody down in these clashes, and his team can't do it either. Especially when the Mars missed the arena beer combo on a puck, right?
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, that was a complete disaster of a fight for Aries. Like, the only good thing that they got out of that was the Phoenix, you know, made a misplay of using a Supernova in front of the Snapfire, and also he bought out. So if the Phoenix, if they can kill that Phoenix one more time, they can make a really good situation for themselves on the side of Aries and take a lot of this map control back.
Yeah, it's kind of what they need. I mean, this Alchemist, whilst he looks really far ahead and looks great, so got a 3k gold advantage, it is an Alchemist after all. He literally has a spell dedicated to getting gold. Like, if he's not far ahead, then he's not a hero. But they'll wait for the BKB. That's the thing, there's not a lot of playing around their timings on the side of Aries. They just do seem to be really scared. They got this Orchid, didn't do anything with it. They got this Manta, they got the Radiance, didn't do anything. They got the Manta, didn't really do anything. Now the BKB finished from the Alch here. Maybe this is going to be the time they do something. They might not have a choice though.
For sure they will do something with this BKB. There's no way they don't. This is
man,
like...
I hope so. But with Weaver in some danger here. The puck doesn't jump though. But with it, oh god, he's gone to farm the middle wave now, and there comes the damage to science stuff as well. There's nothing he can do, he just gets decimated. Meanwhile, Alchemist, he's going to set himself up here. Tries to Manta dodge it, fails to do so. They're looking at him, they're poking at him, they're thinking maybe we can go for this. Overgrowth also being tempted, like this team is so indecisive, but eventually the call comes in to not go for this kill. And I'm a little bit shocked. I mean, that was a BKB. I'm sure it was just someone spotting the BKB and saying, all right, no, guys, no, but I would have thought they'd want it. Another bounty rune picked up by the Alch here. He's picking it out, going, dude, really?
No, he should definitely. They should definitely not start any engagements on that Alchemist there with the BKB and his ultimate being up. Even if the Weaver is dead, the Weaver could have bought back too, right? Fought, and you saw FTD. They were like touching him. They were trying to touch him, see how the rest of Aries will react to it, and the Aries were not committing to the Alchemist. That means it was a complete bait. So they just chilled out and waited for. They're gonna wait for another opportunity.
Yep, patience. Patience, it really is the tagline of Chinese Dota.
You know what's confusing to me? Like, why is Alch having this trusty shovel when he can literally just give it to, like, one of his teammates, like Clock, for example, who has a clumsy net? Like, take the net, brother! That's your way in. That's how you hit people. Take it.
You just saw it, didn't you? With the Cobalt, it still gives him some gold from the Greevil's Greed. Pretty high value, I guess.
All right, is that it? Is that why he wants like
Chinese
another
Dota.
extra?
We're about the efficiency here, Theban. Come on, have you not learnt the theme of the day yet?
I don't know. That's some eternal MB level efficiency. Efficiency, bro. He's. I mean, I'd rather he has this clumsy net or even a Van Brace. Make yourself tankier or something. But like,
yeah, Van Brace would be really nice for the magic resist.
Exactly.
Well, I guess they're waiting for the BKB on the Weaver next. Many BKBs. Much farm coming out. What's Mart's got? He's got Blink Yules. Interesting.
Puck is pretty
once again, FTD always taking fights on their terms. And now they're going once again onto this Weaver. He is invisible. Does it matter? It does not. Oh no. The cookie snapped the coil and killed him. What a meme. Well, now Rico might be suffering for his consequences right now as he's jumped under the tier 2 tower and also picked off. There's going to be 2 heroes brought down. And again, FTD, I mean, you know, Dota's a game which always awards the aggressors, and Aries are definitely not that in this game. Now, very much on the backlines, very much just letting themselves get jumped here and not really making any plays of their own.
Yeah, you can't help but think that maybe it's because of the Alchemist pick, right? The other games, Phoenix was playing some lane-dominating mid laner, and he did dominate as well. And this game, he picks an Alchemist, which kind of just gives your opponent whatever they want. So, the puck of FTD, this game, he's like, oh, yes, thank you. You guys just gave me a free game all of a sudden. And you can see how much impact he has.
Yeah.
And what he's been able to do.
Surely, yeah, surely you can find the fight. All right, running up the high ground. Phoenix is done with this. He's coming on in hot. Meanwhile, the arena comes down, but they get nobody with it. The Alchemist will stun himself, and
yeah, they're just gonna run away now.
All right. Well, that was that was a bit of an anticlimax. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, no worries, no worries. We'll hit the reset button, get ourselves a bit more farm, hit our next timings, and maybe then we'll try something. Hey, Aries, but now they will be without. And they have a clockwork as well. I feel like I haven't actually seen a hook shot this game.
You might be right, sir, but no, I think he did use it once or twice already. But we just haven't been able to see it because it just has like zero effectiveness at the moment. Like, look at the heroes he's playing against. He gotta hook the Phoenix or the Trent, but he hasn't been able to see them.
Yeah, not the easiest heroes to spot. Definitely hanging out in the backlines this game. Yeah, now with his defusal finished, more than happy to be this this big boy frontliner and going for the Skadi next as well. Alk out of mana already in this one.
That's a bad sign. He's going for Shivas now, though. That's going to be a nice item against the PL. Like, you're going to pop the Shiva, it's going to slow down all the illusions and the hero. The
Weaver gets off the time lapse in time. Gets very close to the edge there, but yeah. Meanwhile, the arena's going to come down, managing to get just the singular tree and protector inside of it, but maybe they can at least get this kill, though. He pops the overgrowth. BKB pop from the Alchemist there just to allow them to kill a Treant. Meanwhile, it comes to Yules onto this Ember Spirit. Maybe they can get himself one, but no lockdown. They can't do it. Meanwhile, the Supernova comes crashing on down, and in the backlines, they're able to kill off the Mars. Meanwhile, Weaver jumping forward some more. Here's BKB runs out as they throw out some spells onto the clockwork. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, Puck trying to finish off Rico here. Rico is still getting beleaguered by all these different heroes, jumping in forwards, diving in deep. And the Spirit, in comes Anonymous Kisses, just throwing onto where that Yules is going to land. And YRG taking some damage. He will lose his life. Hookshot comes through, achieving absolutely nothing as the Fiel and the Phoenix running themselves back here. Maybe they can get themselves some more kills. That's certainly what they're looking for here. But again, the lack of lockdown, the lack of catch really hurting the side of FTD. PL going to be the target, but I just don't see them bringing this dude down. Meanwhile, the Phoenix just trying to run herself away, throwing down a couple of Spirit Fires here and there, but in the end, the fight will, I guess, be won by Aries. They get themselves Ember. They get themselves a buyback on the tree. It's something. Well, middle tier 1 tower will definitely make it a victory for them. Fortification comes out, but I'm not sure how much they'll be able to do about this. So we've had to be careful as the science comes down onto him. He has got that BKB ready, though, if they do try and make the hard engagement. But they take this tower. Let's see what happens from here on out. Puck is looking, and he actually finds the Weaver right under his nose. BKB might have to be popped here, controlled up, and the arena comes down. They've got the PL, but what can they really follow up with? The answer is not a whole lot. Mars, he's been used up. Now I think this might be a sticky ending for our good friend Mars's team. Have completely bailed on him. See you later, my friend. The God of War is sent to the grave.
Man, FTD is playing Aries like a fiddle, dude. This game is just... They can't catch anyone. They're so elusive. Ember, Pio, Puck, Cores, and they need to get some smoke gangs, like go from the back and get this Phoenix or Trent protected that forces the cores to fight in the like on the side of FTD. I don't know. They're just gonna go into a Roshan pit though. This could be their opportunity to come back, I feel like, because Roshan is not a fast objective.
Not for this team, no. 0 anti-armor, Illusion's not great versus Roche. And yeah, they're gonna try and look for other stuff. You know, they're looking for the heroes which come close to Roshan with the Roche's help, but Phoenix is gonna plonk himself on that high ground, but immediately getting that Spirit Vessel put onto him, but he does have the man to get rid of it. Meanwhile, LWW gets picked up from the sidelines, but the puck just gonna Yules up the Alchemist. He gotta have a team coming in to help him out soon, but there's nobody available to help. Well, he's still feeling brave. He's still got that BKB ready to go. Nice man to dodge from the PL as he gets that stun off him. But they get the spear out onto the puck. That's a big target. Can they finish the job? The spear comes in. The cookie is there. Overgrowth achieves nothing. And they get that puck kill. No Roshan for you, FTD. And Aries, they're making a suspiciously straight line in towards the pit themselves. But they're going to be having to deal with these PL illusions coming in to join them. And yeah, just as quickly as that, they're like, you know what? Never mind. This wasn't a good idea.
Alk's not mana either. He needs to wait for his ultimate before he can actually do. Oh no, he drops. That's pure mana Alk.
Yeah,
Puck has a buyback.
They got anything? Oh, they got arcanes. It's okay. They got arcanes on the snapfire. They're saving them to make sure the Alchemist can get it up.
And
Mango's coming out as well. Oh, look at that. My dude's got so much mana. My dude's got wicked mana. He's just running in their faces right now. Shiva's being popped, stun available as well. They're going to throw it all onto PL. He can't Amanda dodge everything now as he's getting beaten on down. Dot in some real trouble. Does get off that jump. Trying to get himself away, but LWW, beautiful cogs, catches him out. Can he finish the job, though? They need a bit more, and the Alchemist is going to be that more they need. They will get the PL brought down here. Big kill, and now this should be Roshan for them, although they're picking out the Alk here. He doesn't have a BKB, but is he really a target? We're going to jump all to Weaver here. Weaver, he needs a little bit more HP, and he is going to be able to get it. Meanwhile, Supernova comes down here, but Rico's going to try and do the damage. The Out coming in as well, but they're throwing in so much to kill off the Supernova. They will do so, and now they're going to pay any price for it. Well, the Master's already gone down. Meanwhile, Alchemist trying to limp his way out of this engagement. No ultimate anymore for him, but the Cog's going to back off the puck and allow them to escape, so Phoenix will survive eventually. And the Weaver gets out as well. Honestly, great fight for Aries after all. This sacrificial Mars keeps on tanking it, but they hold the game steady.
That was so good. That was a 10k gold swing? That's insane, because they got all the bounty runes. And they're about to get more on this Weaver too. He's running around with his bottle, refilling his life up, and collecting all the bounties on the map for his team. That was insane. That all started with the puck getting caught by one spear. So you can see how if Aries are able to get a lockdown on a hero, they can burst them down. They got plenty of damage output. Like FTD, they cannot even mess up a single time with any of their elusive heroes, or else the fight just blows up in their face.
Yeah, it's such a high pressure situation now for FTD to play in. They've got to keep their heads cool. They've got to keep everything sharp here. Otherwise, any big mistake, as you say, could really cost them way too much at this point. Alchemist is an absolute beast. You know, he does need to be ahead as a hero, but this is very far ahead after the last few engagements. With that PL going down as well, he just takes a giant step backwards. And it's not like a game where there's nothing to deal with PL, you know. Also, in when we look towards the super late game situation, which, let's be honest, no one's going to be surprised if we get there. The Mars is probably going to get a bit of damage, which is also going to help with dealing with these PLs with the God's Rebuke.
Yeah. I do think he's a bit stronger now, though, because he has a Scotty. Which is going to be nice against the Alchemist and slow him down. And then the Satanic is going to be that big item, right? Because then you can just man up and fight. At some point, I do believe the PO will have, for his last 2 item slots, drop the treads for a Rapier and also get an Abyssal Blade. At that point, I think PL is going to be very, very difficult to deal with for the Alchemist. Because the Alchemist is about to hit 6 slots, right?
Yeah,
he's about to hit 6 slots like right now. The only item he can replace now is his phase boots already. So.
Wait, didn't go for the cleave? Oh, that's interesting. I really thought the Alchemist would go for the cleave this game. What?
I agree with you. That is very interesting for me too, because I don't think the unstable concoction damage is important in this game. You have a hard time even landing it on a single hero.
Yeah, like everyone's got the dodges for it as well. I'm shocked by Phoenix's decision here, but maybe it will come to light. Maybe he's going to focus on blowing up the Phoenix or something like that with this Abyssal Blade. But I do want to talk about this Abyssal Blade a little bit more, because I actually think this item is really good against stuff like Diffusal and Skadi, because it slows you down. You get slowed down, but then you just like basically get the mobility from the Abyssal, which doesn't get cancelled by damage, unlike Blink. So that aspect of it is really valuable to heroes like Alchemist who don't have a natural catch.
This is a huge item right now for the Alchemist. I think FTD have to realize that they gotta get ready with their Yules or Halberd before he pops his BKB to stop the hero from dying. Because whoever he abyssals, as long as he's got that unstable concoction running before he abyssal, they will get stuck up and die. So they're just gonna go with the Roshan here. They're getting completely out position on the FTD side. But I think Aries leaving this high ground was a mistake, because now Aries are gonna get contested on this Roshan pit.
Hook shot through onto the hard camp. LWW just repositioning, I suppose. Interesting.
They want to wait. They want to wait for the Alchemist ulti to run out, and then they're gonna run in.
And Alchemist just like, hold a minute, they're waiting for my ulti to run out. I'm just gonna run at them.
Exactly. They're like, come here, guys. Let me stun someone. Oh, now they got the back off for 30 seconds. This is big for FTD. What are they gonna do with this? They
Feels like FTD are like, Mom, it's our turn in Roshan. Alchemist has had it long enough. We can give it a go now. But actually they can't, because as you say, their Roshan lineup is, their Roshan potential is super garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, no damage at all from these heroes for Roshan.
Ooh, and the Ember Spirit actually has no Spirit Vessel charge. My god, the damage onto this Mars here. He's got to be careful as a puck comes in. Just pop. What
Okay,
is this take?
Going back in again.
Okay, apparently he just...
He's got his ult ready.
Yep, let's do it. Another hook shot. Okay, we're not going to comment on that one. You know, first one was a miss. Second one, he's struggling, all right. Oh, they found themselves a treant here. They're going to drop the arena for him and everything to try and bring this dude down, but he does, again, buy himself back as a stun gets thrown the way of the Ember Spirit, and they're looking at the PL in the backlines here. Unfortunately, again, he's got no mana to get off any of his abilities. No more stuns for you, Phoenix. Another reason why I don't understand this talent, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Oh,
yeah, we should probably be Alchemist, right? Because it's a Phoenix in the game. So someone's like, what? Phoenix lost all of his mana? What you mean? What you mean, Caster?
True,
what you mean?
True, yeah. Nah, that's okay. The people watching the stream are extremely smart. They'll be able to figure it out. Meanwhile, Snapfire running himself away. Doesn't look like he's going to be getting out of this one, though, as the Fire Remnant will be used forwards here. And Yules comes out from... Oh. Hold on himself. Hookshot comes in. There we go. He landed a big one, and this is an important one as the Ember Spirit actually getting nuked all over the place, but he actually can get stunned up somehow. The Supernova on the backline here. They can't deal with it. Overgrowth comes out as well. They've got them controlled up. They're just getting beaten in down. In comes the Supernova, stunning them down. Finding the Mars will lose his life along with the Clockwork, and down goes the Weaver as well. BKB pop from Phoenix just trying to get himself away, but FTD have laid the smackdown on this fight. And Phoenix is running. They might not stop here. The tier 4s, do they care? They do not. In they go. Damage got to come in. The buyback's coming out from the Clockwork here. How can he help out in this engagement, though? I don't think he can. Alchemist getting beaten down under his tier 3 tower, and he will lose his life. Down he goes. Everybody ends up dead on the side of Aries as FTD. Once they start winning these fights, they are going to clean you up. They're going to clean everyone up. They have so much catch, so much mobility that it's so hard for Aries to get themselves away.
Right, they can come from all different kinds of angles too, right? Because they got this Fire Remnants, they got the PL with the Doppelganger, the puck is so elusive. Now, if they get this Aegis on the PL, oh boy, we got a game on our hands, no man. I love this series, man.
Yeah.
Teams just back and forth.
Every game we've had a comeback of some kind, and this one is not proving to be any different. Clock, come on, buddy. We've had some questionable hook shots so far. This has got to be the one, dude. This is the one that matters. Nah, look at this tree. He's just body blocking. You want a hook shot? You got to get through me. In comes. PL's not risking this. He's actually coming out. There we go. Team's got it covered. They'll be able to bring down the Clockwork. No chance of a steal. Oh, even still going in there, even though he's dead. Interesting. Hook shot by a corpse. Not what the train expected to be hit with today, but nevertheless, they get the Roshan. Nice and controlled. That's how you die back from the Clockwork, by the way.
That is 50 seconds. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to commit to the high ground here, because even if 4 heroes are alive and Clock is dead, like, they can defend, right? They got the Radiance, they got the Kisses they can use. I think they're just going to chill out right now, try to push these side lanes because they're pushing into FTD side, get the last tier 2s, and then maybe go high ground after that.
And talking about these tier 4 items as well, they're going to start to drop. Oh, already a nice one as they find the ninja gear for the PL. Although, Mindbreaker is very nice. It combos up quite nicely with Phantom Rush, so we'll see if he decides to go in. But I mean, the agi you get from ninja gear is pretty tempting. We'll see.
Right. There's also Mjolnir up on the Weaver now, so that's going to be nice to put on the Alchemist when he goes in and soaks up all the damage. So, and he's going for Mjolnir himself too. So he wants some of that ways to clear up the PL illusion. I'm sure he's regretting this unstable concoction damage.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're wondering why people are kind of making the Alchemist making a mistake with the talent choice and the clockwork with some interesting hook shots, let's not forget these guys played a 70-minute game just now in the middle of a really long series, and they were like given no time in between the games because we got a schedule to stick to here as well, which is also really important. So yeah, take it into account whenever you're wondering why some of these games are coming down to the wire. But the pressure is definitely getting to them. But
we are all human. We gotta remember that this is not open AI bots with perfect execution.
Aries feeling so threatened that they're actually on the high ground now. They know this PL is an absolute beast. Got himself a Skadi, got himself a Satanic, Aegis in the pocket as well for another 3 minutes. So,
oh, he's going for the Axe next on the PL too. So he wants to be able to eat that up, gobble that up later. It's not a bad item. I kind of like it.
I think I've seen some other Chinese players pick it up. It removes cooldown on Phantom Rush and minimum distance, right? So
yeah. I've seen Arteezy buy it a lot too. Like he's been playing quite a few Phantom Lancer games, and he always likes buying his Aghanim's as well.
I mean, it's essentially like what, a bonus 44 agility most of the time.
I mean, it removes cooldown and minimum distance. It's always on, and you're always able to pick your target.
As long as you're clicking on someone, you got 44 agi. Neat. Sounds good. And of course, mental chase as well. 20 minutes about to tick over. Doesn't look like there's going to be many bounty runes picked up here. Hayaruta are able to grab himself one. No one really going for those ones at top just yet.
Weaver's been doing a pretty good job at like finding himself some farm in this game, because early on he fed quite a bit because he went for the Orchid first, so he had no way of removing the puck silence, and he started dying because of that. But now he's been doing a pretty good job of split pushing and realizes that's what he has to do to make space for his allies. Look at FTD, like they just grouped up as 5 around the mid, right? They're not really moving around trying to get any small picks or small skirmishes.
Yep. And their ability to deal with these PL illusions, I actually just realized that this they're jumping mid Mars right now. It's not getting a whole lot done. I mean, they get a lot of his health, a lot of his mana taken away, but that's about it. But yeah, the acid spray plus the God's Rebuke is a really nice little combo actually.
Yeah,
just making sure you take care of those PL illusions, but they're not doing so much anymore as he's up on that high ground, forcing out the fortification, just waiting until the creeps spawn to make sure they get the full value. But actually the split shot not really doing much of those creeps here. The towers continue to be sieged. Phoenix seeping into the front lines here. Is this going to be the start of the fight we're looking for? Hookshot comes to the back lines, but doesn't really latch onto anybody. And now the Clockwork's just a sitting duck once more. These hooks are just awful, unfortunately. Meanwhile, the Weaver trying to jump in, kill off the Supernova. Can't do so in time. Forced to time-lapse himself away, and the Supernova just keeping him locked down inside his BKB. He's lucky he doesn't have one. Does manage to get himself a Takuchi to get himself out. Meanwhile, Phoenix with a big stun in the middle and a pause.
What? They got the puck, though. They got the puck.
I feel like we should play some elevator music here and just be like, we'll be back in just 1 second with more Dota 2 action coming up. A message from a sponsor or something like that. But no, in the middle of this fight, all right, Alchemist, he's got his BKB going. He's got a long time left on it, so I don't think there's going to be any way they can really take him down here. It's going to be a really big ask. But Weaver, he's not that healthy on the sidelines, trying to help out, just dish a bit of damage out. But don't forget this PL does have the Aegis as well.
Yeah, that was a really good play from FTD to keep that egg alive. They did everything they possibly can, and like I said, the Weaver, it looked like he wasn't even using his BKB, but it's only 5 seconds. He was overgrowthed during the entire duration of that.
Yeah, and Supernova stunned him up as well.
Yeah. It's very interesting now because this Alchemist, he has a BKB on, he still has a Manta. I think this PO does have to get out of this fight now, and I'm beginning to feel like this PO needs a Abyssal Blade instead of this Aghanim.
Let's see how this one turns out. Alchemist jumping forward for the backlines here, trying to find the Phoenix, but Phoenix dives himself away. Phoenix, though, the Alchemist, he's got himself a stun, and they're actually going to be able to take down PL for the first time. Has that Aegis, don't forget, and he's going to come back in just a second. Rico trying to help out here. He's ready with the cookie as they try to get the PL, but actually, they've got the Spirit Vessel out onto Phoenix here. Luckily, he has that Manta, so he's going to be okay, and a target to throw down that unstable concussion onto as they throw down the heals. They want to go and try and get the PL. They've got the real one, and then Spirit comes back as well. Beautifully done for the Mars, but he has given his life for this. They need to get the kill. They're struggling to do so as the Shadow Glass comes out, but Phoenix, the PL is actually losing his health when he gets the kill. Alchemist brought down. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, the Weaver on the run here, but he's going to get used up, and that's going to waste his Sakuchi time, and when he comes back down, he's going to be in a whole world of hurt. It's going to be another kill going the way of FTD. The Alchemist brought back into this one. If they kill him off again here, they could be in some real trouble, but there's more buybacks coming from the Mars this time as they need to find themselves a kill. Hook shot. Oh my god, these hook shots. He misses again. They'll kill off the Phoenix at the very least. They'll look forward onto the Ember. Ember's going to lose his life, and that is going to be a pretty good return. Can they get any more here? They find themselves? No, and the PL gets himself away as well.
Oh wow. I want to say that was a pretty big throw from the Mars to actually go on the PL after the Aegis, because the Alchemist had like, what, 30% HP and no ultimate yet? Yeah. They could have just reset from that, and that would have been a huge W, because the puck bought out as well. But, you know, now the Alchemist bought out, Mars bought out, Weaver also bought out. So the 3 cores on Aries all bought out. If they die again, this game is looking like, what, 98% in FTD's favor after that. The only thing Aries pretty. Yeah, they got to kill the puck. Like, that's their one way that can, you know, balance out these 3 buybacks they've done.
Yeah. Now the puck on dieback currently, so a real opportunity to bring this guy down. But you know, it's 1 opportunity versus 3 opportunities. The math doesn't look good for Aries right now.
Is he really still gonna go for the Axe? I feel like if he gets an Abyssal, you get that stun, he can really just lock down the Weaver and kill him, or even the Phantom Monster.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or even the Alchemist, right? Like, just being able to lock him down and burn all his mana could be really good too. He is gonna go for the Axe. Okay.
All right.
Damn.
All right.
I just feel like he needs that lockdown from himself. It's just such a good item. Like, it's so scary when you play against PL and when they have Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, that jump, that damage, that lockdown, it's really hard to play into.
It's all good. Just want to maybe eat up that Aghanims and then build up his Abyssal after that. Playing for that super late game. This is what FTD is good at.
They know where this game's going, don't they? They're like, all right, we know what's up here.
Phoenix also has an Axe now, so I can save somebody as well. If ever somebody gets Mars Arena Spirit up.
They're looking for a target right now. He will be able to take off the chains with the Greaves, but unfortunately Rico is probably dead here. Nice gank in on the middle lane, taking some time. The Clockwork actually trying to help him out here. Not too sure if they should be trying to make something out of this. I think this is just a dead Snapfire, but it's also going to result in a dead Clockwork now as well, as Rico's going to lose his life. And another hook shot added to the pile.
Yeah, this Clock is really trying to do a lot more than he's actually capable of doing in this game. That's how he ends up with, you know, this many deaths. What did Alk get for his level 25? Chemical Rage Regeneration. Okay.
That's 50. Jesus.
The Alchemist used to have like this attack time reduction thing, right?
Yeah. No, they got rid of that, don't worry. That was stupid. Notice that he keeps trying to throw the stuns onto the Ember Spirit to get rid of his Flame Guard, but it's not really working. Well, Mars in the front lines, maybe being focused a little bit here. PL gonna slow him down. He's just losing his health. The Mars needs to do something about this. Man does not have buyback. He does manage to get off this arena, but meanwhile the Overgrowth comes out. The Supernova in the backlines along with the Sun Ray cutting through them as well. The Alchemist is actually losing his life here, even though he's got the ultimate going. It's too much damage coming through onto him now. Supernova stun gonna catch him out as well. So PL just picks him apart. The hookshot comes in. Is enough to save him. Another goddamn pause. What the hell? What?
Rapgod just getting into it. Why do you have to pause?
Well, he's actually Abyssal Blade himself out of the cogs onto the backline to try and set himself the Ember. I mean, if this was the middle of the fight, this would be insane because he would probably get away because they wouldn't have time to realize where he'd gone. I mean, maybe would, maybe wouldn't. Hard to say. But now they can see it. Now they know. They're going to just be able to immediately refocus and bring down this Alchemist. So I highly doubt this Alchemist is going to survive this one. Although that said, they are pretty low on cooldowns. But they have got the Doppel to get into him. So I highly doubt this Alchemist is going to live here. Honestly, this might just be the game if this Alchemist dies here. Let's see.
Yeah.
G's have been called.
That's...
Chat, press 1 if you think Alchemist's going to live. Press 2 if you think he's going to die. Get your votes in now. We're about to find out. And he is being chased by the Ember Spirit. Chains come out. He's got the Yules out onto him as well to try and buy him the save. He's getting himself back. Actually, the Yules from the puck. It saves him. Oh, God, no. They messed that one up pretty hugely. Oh, my goodness.
Weaver dieback, though. It's 3 versus 5. Ember
They
bought out.
still have a mountain to climb, and that mountain has to be climbed without the chemical rage for 20 seconds, and they first really want to abuse this fact. It's 5 versus 3. Aries, their chances of being the top seed are on the line here. They need to pull out something super special. 58 seconds. I mean, that Ancient is going to be down in that time. They do have Fortify, actually. They're going to go for something here. In they go. Into the backlines. The hookshot comes through. They're trying to bring down the puck as soon as possible. They will be able to get the puck, but they have traded out with their clockwork. The Alchemist now in the middle of everything. Has to fight up against the world, but they're actually doing a decent amount of damage to the PL here. PL trying to fight up into the Alch. He has got their Satanic. They're trying to bash into each other. The man fight. Just bruising each other in the middle here as LW comes back into it. They bring down the PL. They get it. The defense, it's successful. And Rain's going to get blown up here as well. So that goes Scepter not doing him a whole world of help as Phoenix makes the huge defense. Aries, how do they do this? Oh my god, the series,
You know what it was? It was the gobble up on the Alchemist. Tossed him in onto the puck.
Oh, that's what it was. I was like, I thought he blinked and abyssaled.
No,
What a purchase from Rico.
Dude, the gobble up into the Shivas, hitting everybody in the fight as well, and they're not able to get out. I mean, they're going for the Roshan now, but the puck did die back, and they managed to save their throne. That's literally what matters, right? So they're giving.
What is the range? The Roshan's happening. They can get in with gobble up. You can't fight into this.
Oh, they're backing off. The Rockets giving vision. They can't do this. They don't have the damage still.
Oh
with their
man,
heroes.
What a goddamn meme.
Wow, that's impressive. This
What a
gobble up.
play. What an actual play.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And this is actually legit, because now the Alchemist has a way to get into the fight. It doesn't even have boots, right?
Yep.
So
And it doesn't have to worry about getting its mana taken too early. As a hookshot comes through onto the clockwork here. They actually have to force out the Supernova. Yeah, the Exor's going to get taken down surely. Although they're struggling to do it, they will bring it down. Arena is out as well. Aries on the front lines here with the Mars, but the Abyssal comes out onto the tree and they'll take down him as well. 2 heroes dead and they'll look over towards the PL. PL though, he's getting used up right now. Is there any help coming his way? There's not. He's brought down. That is 3 heroes dead on the side of FTD and a Roshan ready and waiting for the side of Aries.
Dude, that's a dieback on the PL too.
Gobble up just helping out so much to get on top of this egg as well. I mean, they hookshot in, they get the Alchemist on top of it as well. Absolutely amazing stuff coming out from Aries as they are so far. I mean, they're about to lose. I thought it was over. The 3v5 defense, yet the Aghanim's purchase on the Snapfire.
I mean, to be fair, you said they were going to lose if the Alchemist died, right?
Oh,
when
yeah,
they were going after
true.
100.
I shouldn't do
so
myself
he
this
lives.
justice.
Exactly. So, and they also get the defense. I think FTD, they knew the Mars and the Weaver don't have buybacks, and they were so confident that they were just going to be able to throw this. But Aries, man, they're thinking about the ways that they're able to take the fights.
Yeah.
70 seconds on the PL. They shouldn't get overly aggressive here.
Says the Mars going under the tier 4s and popping Arena.
He has a cheese though, so he will be able to pop.
And now whose turn is it to go for these tier 4s?
Right.
Alchemist is going to work. The fortification is here. What can they do? Ember going for the backlines here, trying to find the Weaver, just trying to break up the fight in some way. Phoenix is going to be the target. There are no buybacks as they, just trying to get the creep wave behind them. They have no creeps. If they're going to do this, they've got to do it through back door. As the hookshot comes into the fountain, what are you doing, Clockwork? That is not what you're looking for. They still have the backdoor protection. Surely there's no way anymore. Surely there's no way. They're stuck though. They're stuck inside the freaking coil, dude.
Jeez, and now they have to just back off. And they don't even get the racks, dude. Oh man.
Ooh.
What a play here from FTD to keep themselves in the game now. They cut the previous wave, then the Ember went in with the Aghanims to kill the wave that was behind them while they were hitting the tier 4s. and then Ember uses Ags again to go to the next wave, and now they save their axes. All they lost was 2 tier 4s. So some gold going the way of Aries. No creep momentum though. They didn't realize that at all on the side of Aries. If those creeps died, there's nothing they can do.
They were like, lol, what's this Ember doing? And in reality, he was actually making the big plays.
Big plays, man. That was absolutely insane. So PO now, he's like, alright guys, y'all bailed me out, and I'm so sorry for going Aghanims over Abyssal Blade. I feel terrible right now, I'm sorry, but you know, let's just farm up a little bit more. I'll finish this Ags, let's stop dying. Puck almost has his buyback. Oh, he has his buyback now. That's good. So the game's getting reset a little bit. Dude, 51 minutes? I just realized oh jeez.
We're going for it again, 9 minutes in. Imagine a series with 2 rounds of tier 5 fighters. We might not be heading for this game around since there's no buybacks on the Radiant. They are still in a very precarious position. Mind you, they still have the puck actually. Yeah, I guess the puck is the important one. He's the big team fight controller. He's done so much work in these fights. It's kind of insane.
So why don't we take a look at like what spells people or what talents they got at level 25, right?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Who have we got recently joining the 25 club?
Puck, PL,
Snapfire,
Ember.
I'm working from the bottom up. I'm looking at my small boys. You know, there's exciting talents. Plus 6 Mortimer's Kisses launched. Now, this doesn't actually increase the duration of Mortimer's Kisses. It actually just increases, like, the speed of it. So this is actually a huge amount of damage increase for the Snapfire at level 25. Look out for that one. And the Ember with the Remnant recharge restore time with the Ags is obviously insane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And I think we looked at all the other Weaver, Scoochie movement speed, obviously. Puck, Waning Rift, AoE in range. Yeah, I mean, that's actually a pretty cool one this game, I think. Just that huge AoE silence is going to really help just shut up the backlines of the fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you mentioned, but the PO went for the critical strike instead of the doppelganger CD. I think that's good. The critical strike. It does a lot more damage in this kind of game. Again, I still can't help but feel like he needed to have Abyssal already to be able to lock people down and just be able to kill them, especially with that critical strike. Like you would actually be able to burst quite well. Yeah,
it is a very subtle Ags, but either way, I'm struggled to see its effectiveness, to be perfectly honest.
You know, I actually the other day, I don't know if it was the other week or something, I read on Reddit, somebody made a really interesting post. They said that give the extra talent 1 by 1 after you level up like past 25. Instead of like all 30. Yeah. Right? So on 26 you get, let's say you're Alchemist, you'll get that level 10 talent, the plus 15 attack speed on 26. So the power spikes, you know, come 1 by 1 instead of this huge, enormous power spike on level 30. And I like that. I really do. I think that's pretty fun for everybody, right? All the heroes in the game.
Oh yeah, because when you're playing and you get past the 25 mark, then you don't really care what level you are. No, you're not being like, guys, I'm almost level 28. Can we just farm one more wave for my 28? It literally does nothing. Yeah. It feels weird to have skill points with doing nothing. Meanwhile, we've got some Ags being given. Firstly, to the Clockwork, he's going to get his overclock, so that's going to be twice as many hook shots.
Okay. Alchemist starting to eat him up, right?
Yes, indeed.
Ags. I mean, he wants an Ags for himself, too, so he gets that bonus. Magical damage. Damage. It's really good.
I think mostly he wants level 30, to be honest.
Yeah, he wants level 30 as well, because he wants to get to that 30% cleave. Like 30% cleave plus the damage he'll get from his Aghanims for feeding everybody else is going to be a lot of value. The Shivas and the Mjolnir also will do extra damage as well. Like this Alchemist has a lot of potential in this game. Even
exactly
if like, yeah, I think so.
Like a lot of times with Alchemist, especially in the past, like he used to kind of ceiling out pretty quickly, so it was quite easy to count him out. But Alchemist doesn't do that anymore. You know? What is this?
Let's not forget about the Weaver Ags, right? That's a big one.
Yeah.
Has been nerfed recently though for the range.
Yeah. But for a core Weaver, that's not so bad. I think that was just to stop support Weavers existing.
Right. I think it's gonna be pretty big. You can just let your Mars go in and tank all of the damage, soak it all up, and then bam, just ult him I feel like that's how Aries has been fighting these last clashes when they were behind FTD. They just let the Mars tank everything up. And FTD have just been hitting him. He's been soaking up so much damage, and then they just let the fight develop, and once they see the right heroes, they go in.
We're nearly back to the 0 game, by the way. We're nearly back to everyone having buybacks again. The only one we're waiting for is the Phoenix and a bit of gold on the member.
That's what they're smoking up.
All right.
Have the
Yeah.
Wait, did they dodge the smoke?
We got our safety blankets. Oh, did he actually?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I had a game yesterday where I'm like right beside my face is Void. I'm like, yo, let's smoke. I'm Apparition, right? Do we want to go kill someone? And this Void literally time walks right beside me and dodges the smoke.
Oh, I've done that with Manta before. That's about the only thing I've ever Manta dodged is smoke.
Right.
They go, and there's an Invis Mars in their faces right now. They do see him though, and this might be the start of the fight. They do get down the arena and hold back the PL on the backlines. Let's see what they can do on the front here. Meanwhile, Mars still controlled up. The hookshot comes in the backlines. The puck being controlled up here. Beautiful hookshot through from LWW, making up for his previous mistakes and then some. As the Supernova comes crashing down, this is going to be a dead Weaver. He has to buy back. Meanwhile, the Mortimer's Kiss is just throwing out. That's Mortimer's Vomit coming into this fight. Meanwhile, though, the PL trying to find him here, but unfortunately, they just can't get to the backlines. They can't get past it. Alchemist is without a target. He's just getting kited to oblivion, trying to find himself someone to kill, someone to love. Oh no, Phoenix buys back in the back lines, but he gets off the June over towards Roshan. They're still trying to chase him. The Yules comes down. Maybe they have him as the Weaver gets on top, but in comes another June. They really need to bring down this puck. Can they do it? No, they... Oh, the Mortimer's Kiss! The cookie comes through, and Grandma is in. There we go. That is how you kill a puck without buyback for 120 seconds. I think it's time to get me onto that high ground.
Dude, they gotta find the Weaver in the next fight on FTD. If they don't kill the Weaver, anybody else they kill is gonna be able to buy out. Mars is, I think, is too tanky at this point for you to try and kill as well. So FTD, they gotta find the angle, man.
They gotta keep their creep wave alive as well. They gotta keep their creep wave alive. Let's not forget it this time. What are they going for? Barracks or win? Barracks or win? PL trying to play around here. He's actually getting himself stunned up. He could be in some trouble as they've got out the Bloodthorn onto him as well. Damage comes pouring on in there, and they will finish the job. Buyback from him, but the Ancient is being attacked by this Alchemist. What can they do? BKB pop from the Ember Spirit as he tries to make his way into this fight. Meanwhile, the PL just chomping away at this Alchemist. Alchemist, though, plenty tanky to survive an onslaught from him. They're down to about 50% HP. They need to do something about this PL. He's just kind of sitting in the front lines doing what he wants. Cookie comes through. Gonna miss. Overgrowth is here as well. They don't have the Supernova for another 8 seconds. The Ancient is starting to fall. Fortification has to be used as the Alchemist will fall. He buys back, trying to come back into this one. He does have the boost of trouble to make his way back, but meanwhile, the Mars in some serious trouble. The 4-star comes out, but the PL is chasing and gets on top and brings him down. Alchemist coming back into this one, though. They're not done yet, but bouncing around all over the place. The PL is king. They have got the egg to try and defend this one. They're gonna have to drop it as the Alchemist just going for the Ancient. Can they bring it down? Do they have the damage? Stop pausing! Stop pausing, please! I can't take it anymore. Can they work? Can they defend it? Really?
Oh my god. This game is like the most anticlimactic pauses. Oh my goodness, it's
possible times, dude. All right, let's reflect. It's time for the halftime show of Theban. Okay. Tell us what's about to happen.
All right.
Is the Ancient dead?
Well, first of all, I have no idea, because if he has not gotten any bashes onto this Alchemist yet, and this Alchemist is continuing to hit this tower. Sorry, this throne. He's got Chemical Rage coming off cooldown now. The Phoenix egg is going off in about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, and this throne has 900 health. I feel like this throne is dead right now, but the PL better start
bashing. The Weaver's
bashing.
here as well is the thing. It's all on the Supernova. They need to bash the Alchemist. Let's see what happens. Unpause comes in. The throne. They're actually backing away. The Weaver's running. They're not going to go for it as the Alchemist is getting kind of soloed here. As they actually... Oh, they gobbled him up. He's inside him right now, and they'll throw him out of the backlines to kill off the Ancient. Oh, that is a creative way to finish a game. Throwing him over the Ancient to finish the job. They didn't have a clue where he was.